So here we go. This is everything you would need to get the panniers installed on your Kawasaki Ninja 1000 SX. And I think this will be the same process for Versys as well, Kawasaki Versys. So this is the pannier set, the 28 liter, I think they call it KQR 28 or something like that. You get two panniers. This is basically the lock that comes, it's made out of plastic. It's just temporarily in there, that needs to go. And for the pannier itself, this is all you get. You would basically need 3 or 4 different parts to get this whole setup done. So along with the pannier, you would need these panels. They have different colors, and for black I think it's 17K. That's the color for this black setup that I'm looking for. But this is what you would match with your bike's color, gray, green, whatever your bike is. You can find this in different colors. This one always be the black, and you find this for basically this will go up here. And then the next piece or plastic piece you would need for this here is these trims, and this also is the same Diablo black. So the color that you see, the 17K in the part number, that's really reference to the color. So it's 9999 40423 is the part number, and 17K is the trim color. And this is very simple. This is marked as left and right. So really just the double-sided tape, and there is a small little notch here, if you can see, and all it does is really goes and sits here to make this or give this saddlebag look that matches with your bike. So you would need those 3 things, basically the saddlebag, the panel on the top, and the trim piece here. I got everything from eBay. So this was about this thing here, this and these trims. And also you would need the 1-key system. As you can see, this here, this doesn't come with the lock. It's just a temporary plastic piece just holding the pieces together. You would need a 1-key system, which is this one here. And check the other video. I already kind of made that video to show how you're gonna configure this or match this to your ignition key, so that way you don't have to use multiple keys for your bike, and you will be able to open your panniers just with using the same key that you would use for the ignition. So that's the 4th thing. One is the bag, then the panel, the trim piece. This is the 4th thing. And the 5th part you would need for this setup is really this fitting kit 99994-0537. What this has is really just a couple of spacers and rubber grommets, basically, that will go into the bike and kind of just keep it all snug and help with the vibration and all that. So we'll go ahead and install this into the bike. So these are you get 2 pieces of these rubber pieces that goes into right here, and you get some more little stickers. I'll show you where those will go, but this is what comes in the bag. So the first thing we're going to do for this installation, let me put this one aside, put the locks to the side, and the very first thing we do is really just get the panels installed. Now these panels are held by 5 screws, if you can see right here. So you have, let me actually show you like this. So you have 1, 2, 3 screws on the top, 2 screws on the bottom. In the pack that you got total 10 screws, and you also got 4 of these washers and O-rings. So the two, basically one washer, one O-ring. Basically we're going to use two of these on one side, two of these one side, and they are the bottom ones, so they go into the bottom. So let's go ahead and get this installed on the bag. So to get the panels installed, we're gonna unlock the bags. So I'm gonna just twist this horizontally, and we should be able to open this here. And so this is where I was talking about. 1, 2, 3, and then we've got one there and one there, right there. Those bottom ones will require the O-rings. The top ones, just simple screws. I already have the screws out. The only tool we're going to need is a screwdriver. Okay, so let's go ahead and install the panel. Get the one that goes to the side of the bag itself. We opened the bag. Now it's gonna open, and then all we need to do is really the 3 screws. So don't go in here, these are not to be used for us. This 1, 2, and 3 on the top, and the screws that came with the panel is what we're going to use. So I'm going to just go in there, use the screwdriver, get this in. That's it. Let's go ahead and put the one at the bottom. Again, as I said earlier, for the bottom ones, these two right here and here, basically we are going to use the ones, the washers that came with the O-rings. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this right here. And so the 3 screws, 1, 2, 3 on the top, no washer, nothing, and the 2 on the bottom, O-ring and the washer. So total 5 screws that came in the box, and that's what we're gonna do. Now this is ready with the panel. So let me put this one here, lock it, and we move on to the next trim piece. So for the trim, even easier than that. No screws, no tools to be used. All you do is basically just leave it here. It snaps in. So I'm gonna remove these 2-sided tapes. I mean, not remove, but just expose it. And they are marked as right or left. So I mean, again, the shape also would not allow you to put the wrong one on the wrong side. So it should be easy. And worst case, look for right and left marking, R and L. All you do is for this one here, align it to this end here, and then I'm gonna just push it in place. It has a notch in the middle that should grab it, and it does. Looks like the rain is starting now. All right, I'm just gonna go ahead and press it a little bit so the tapes make good contact, and that's it. This is ready. Okay, so we went ahead, we've put the panels on, the trim piece in the bottom, this one here, that's done. Moving on to changing or installing the lock. The important part keep this in the locked position, which is basically your plastic piece here, the key facing or staying vertical. When you go horizontal, this is unlocked. So I'm gonna go ahead, lock it, and if you keep it that, use your or take the lock, the one key system that we configured to our ignition key. I'm gonna take that, put the keys in, or yeah, then if you see, we've got everything flushed, and follow the instructions on the other video I uploaded or will be uploading shortly on how to get this basically aligned or configured to your key. Just this last one, this will stay kind of stick out, and this is the one that keeps this in place in this little cylinder going this way here. So what we're going to do is basically we're going to take this one out. This is just, again, as I said, is piece of plastic. It sits just like that and helps you open and close while without the lock. So once you have this in the locked position, sits here, comes out really easy. Take it out, make sure the bag is in the locked position, and then what you do is basically keeping it all vertical. Is 12 o'clock. You want to come a little to basically to 1 o'clock position, and then push your lock in here while turning it just about 90 degrees onto this side, and then as you go this, and then keep pushing and go to the other side, and it sits in place. I'm gonna just make sure that's it. It's in, it's locked here. I'm gonna use the key, turn it, and it's unlocked. Go back in, lock, and that's it. So let's do this one more time onto the other one. And again, the way I twisted the lock is really the same process on both sides, doesn't matter left or right. So once again, make sure it's in the locked position, and this has to be vertical. Once again, if it is horizontal, that means this thing is locked. It's gonna pop open. So lock and lock. Then once it's in the vertical position, you can easily push it. Take your configured cylinder or lock or drum, whatever you want to call it. Put the keys in. Again, it has to be very smooth. Just make sure this is all lining up. Key is reaching all the way in. This is all good. Use this little notch as a reference, and this is what we have right here. I'm gonna see if I can line it up, and then once again, this is 12 o'clock, so I'm gonna go towards 1 o'clock a little bit and try to push it in. Just kind of have to be patient and work this in. 1 o'clock, and it's a little slippery here. I'm gonna go ahead and push this in a little, and that's it. Just about 90 degrees. It's a horizontal position. Then I'm gonna go counterclockwise the other direction and keep pushing it in until it snaps in place. That's it. And don't worry about it. I mean, I'm finding it, I was a little worried as to what happens if I twist this too much or less. Yeah, I don't think I have to worry about it. Just wiggle it a little bit, make sure it sits in place. Nice. So here, open and close. All right, so I think we are done with the panniers. We installed the panel, we installed the trim pieces, and we installed the lock or the one key system. Let's go to the bike now. All right, so for the bike, going for the fitting kit here, it does come with a paper that has the inventory here. So we've got 2 dampers, then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 guards. Basically this is called as tape, and these ones another dampers. The way this is going to work is these ones are coded for left and right, so make sure you are following those numbers and directions. No left and right here, no left and right here, number 8, but these ones will go into the panniers. The instructions is on the other side. Fairly easy. So we first take the dampeners or dampers and put it right here, and then we go for the guards, which will go up on the here handrails here and here, and then we do that same thing on the other side. And for the last piece, that goes into the pannier. So if you see the parts, it does have references here: front left, I'm gonna look at front right, so left right, this is front front, and then this one, if you see, it's rear left, and I should have one more of those. Yep, right here, rear right. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the right side first. Let's just like a tape or a sticker that goes in here, just like this. This is to kind of protect your panniers rubbing against this metal piece here. I think that's the only purpose for this one here. So, and then we're looking at same thing for the pannier damper, so left hand, this one if you see, and then we have another one for the right hand. So I'm gonna go ahead, use the right hand, take this one out, and it does have kind of a specific shape, and that needs to just go in here. So this is the right side, and yeah, it fits in place, doesn't look like it's gonna fall or anything. And yeah, so this is one, and then let's go to the top section here, and we're going to use again right side, make sure. So this one is front right, this one is rear right. Just right here is where it goes. Sorry, it looks dark, but can't do much about it right now. Do have to get it installed, and so all you do is literally kind of just reach in, take the tape out, reach in and put it in place. So, and I'm gonna go ahead, and I don't think it will be an issue if it's a little off anyway. Should be okay. All right, so that one is done. I'm going to take the next, and this will go right here. All right, so just make sure you line this up as good as you can and push it in. That's it. Sits really nice. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing on the other side, and then we will move into the panniers. Okay, so did it on the other side as well. This is how it fits. So left and right, both sides, and obviously the rubber piece here. These were like a double-sided tape. When I took it off, it wasn't very sticky, so I did end up using the hair dryer, warm it up a little bit, and now I think it's much better. They're there. I think that's it. I'm gonna go ahead and get the panniers set up. So one last step before I put this pannier onto the bike. If you see, the list of parts also included these rubber pieces and this tape. This is double-sided tape. So you're basically looking at number 7 and 8. Those are the tape and damper. Looking at the instructions, it says I have to put the tape just about 3.3 inches, if you see, from the outer edge to basically 3.3 inches from here to here, and that is the starting point for the tape. So I went ahead and did that. So from here, this is the key, this is the outer side. So from this edge, 3.3 inches, and this is where the tape goes. And then I'm going to remove this and put this rubber damper on top. So this is going to just sit like this. So this is the last piece. It's like it came into the fitting kit, so I'm guessing this is needed here. So I'm going to go ahead and place it, and then we'll try the panniers on the bike. Okay, so we got it all done. This is what we have. Both sides. I think this is good for long rides, most of the time, you know, around town. Unless I have a need to carry things, I don't think I'll be carrying these. So that's all for now. I'll let you guys know, you know, after I use it for a couple of trips. We have one coming up 2 weeks from now, and I'll let you guys know how this holds up. Thank you very much once again. We'll see you guys in the next video.